I put together many, many ideas for today's class, and I thought it would be interesting if I can show you that. So, in Quran Sharif, it says, people who have knowledge, people get the knowledge when they start seeking the knowledge. That's also in Quran Sharif. There's a lot of value for such people. But the wisdom is something else. You acquire knowledge, you work hard, but then you discover something. A lot of time, wisdom has to do some divine intervention. A lot of time, wisdom is a cumulative result of a lot of seeking knowledge and acquisition of information. So wisdom comes way too after. After years of continuous work, we get to the wisdom. Research and religion both are actually about seeking the truth. What is the right answer? That's what we are looking for. Both research, in fact, there are organizations nowadays, websites and blogs and all kinds of things that actually are dealing with bringing religion and science together. Because the ultimate objective of all research is to find the truth. And the truth is so hidden, so deep down there, or so up there, the ultimate, divine, actual truth, that unless you do many, many levels of research, you cannot reach to the truth. That's the story here. So, let's say there is truth someplace, and you want to find the answers to that. Well, first you have to, make up some kind of hypothesis. First you have to say, all right, I think its sky is blue because maybe the light from the sun comes from the darkest spaces, and therefore when you mix the white light with the darkest spaces, maybe that's why it's blue. Now that's your guess. Real truth you don't know yet. That's what your scientific guess is. So it's your hypothesis. So you find, and we are very good at it, by the way. We always hypothesize. We see a radio program or a television talk show, and everybody is guru and Mahatma, and everybody knows what they're talking about. But all of that is nothing but guess. The real truth is somewhere deep buried that requires a lot of research to find out. You see? So how do we find from the guess to the real truth? First, we establish some kind of guesswork. We say, okay, I believe this is what I think is the answer. That the economical conditions of our country will only improve if we have good academia and industry collaboration. That's a guess. It may not be the right thing, but that's a reasonable guess. So it's a hypothesis. Now what you do, you start collecting pieces of information, raw data. They call them, what kind of a data is that? Primary data. The primary data, you go and start acquiring. You go to the industry and you go to talk to the manager, and you have a form and you fill up the form. Do you agree that, if the universities produce good engineers, your company will do better? The manager will say yes or no. So now you're collecting the primary data. You go to the university and you say, do you agree that the engineers, when they go out of the university, they need to be paid more so that they can work better? Or they should be trained on latest technologies? The university teacher may say yes, or they can say no. So now you're collecting the primary data. That's not the truth yet. Now what you do is you go and study all kinds of material that is already there on the internet, and the Google, and Wikipedia, or wherever else you can find. Now that is called, what kind of data is that? Secondary data. So people who had already done this kind of work, they may have made papers, conferences, journals, or wherever they have given, submitted their research work based upon the raw data, and they converted, they analyzed, and they checked and rechecked their hypotheses. And so now you have secondary data. Paper can say, yeah, it has been proven. 75% of the managers of the industry say, yes, the academia has to be pretty smart for us to work better. And, only 20% of engineers think that we are not paid enough, so we don't work good, or whatever. But that's somebody else's result. It's a secondary data. So what you need to do is now you have raw data, you link it with some secondary data, the papers, conferences, whatever, and then you analyze. Then you put on your analytical cap on your head. And then you say, all right, I am acquiring the knowledge, I'm seeking the knowledge, let me see if I got the wisdom or not. Right? That's so through analytical approaches, right? Some statistical approaches, some mathematical, rational reasoning, you come to something that may be a little bit closer to the truth, but it's still not the truth. So, what is research? It's a journey. You want to go someplace, you start. It's a new journey. You're on your way. You don't have a map, or maybe you have an old map. Somebody gave you a map. You are Indiana Jones. You are going to search, the treasures. And you have some clues, maybe. You have a little guess. Yeah, you have to go maybe north, northeast. But beyond it, you don't know anything else. So you have to work hard to find the real answers. Right? Notice how research evolves. Now, I want to show you some few slides very quickly, and I'll show you what is going on out there in the technological arena. I got them from different places. This is a picture of what is going on in Central Park. Central Park in New York is one of the biggest parks inside this metropolitan city. Here, people in winter do a lot of skating and stuff like that. This thing here, this person has a full computer. It's a credit card size computer. It's wirelessly connected. And it has other kinds of gadgets also attached. And you could have Bluetooth talking to your earphone. The Bluetooth can be talking to your wristwatch, which can be actually counting your palpitation and your blood pressure, and connected to a hospital. And the hospital's computer might be telling you, today you only have to take two medicine. Skip the third medicine because you're feeling good. So constantly updating your doctors, your own medical information, and whatever else, right? This guy wants to know this address, and it is actually telling it is in this building, right? Right there, by just showing it or pointing it. So real Google search, talk about search and mapping. The concept of mapping is changing actually. Connected with GPS, it actually tells you. Then it points exactly where? Well, exactly the 8th floor, right? That address has been picked up already, by this same little credit cards, size. Where is this data coming from? Cloud computing. Have it from wherever, as long as you have a connection to the internet. And so applications are running there. Services are being provided. There is a name for such a thing, SaaS. Right? We always say SaaS, PaaS, NAS. Right? Service as a software as a service, SaaS, SaaS. And then we have PaaS, platform as a service. Right? And then we have NAS, which is network as a service. Sometimes I crack jokes, but nobody laughs at my jokes. I don't know. But I'll keep trying. All right, don't worry about it. So, was it SaaS, NAS, PaaS, or SaaS, PaaS, NAS, or something like that? So, you will never forget this now, right? So, you have phone number, you have everything there on that little thing, which is using cloud computing, network-based applications, databases. Everything is on the network. Nothing is on the computer. Nothing is in your desktop. Maybe just a little, set of protocols and some drivers and things that connect. That's all. So another use of such a computer, it reads a paper and it clicks on a city's name, Philadelphia, and you see at the bottom, it actually gives you everything about this city. All the history, all the geography, all the statistical analysis, the data, whatever it is, it's already available to you. Then he walks up the 8th floor. It actually is telling you in this computer screen, see through. You can see it's the special interfaces that are built in. It is actually leading you. You don't have to ask anyone, where is this doctor's office, right? Is this doctor available in the meeting room? Is this person, at my given time available or not? Is he sitting? Everything is already provided. Now, this is about one year ago that I got this information. Here it's a translator, right? This is, I think this is Spanish, and it's maybe it's French. I don't know. I only learned a little bit of Spanish some time back because one of my clients, he was Spanish. So I said, well, all right, this will be a good idea for me to at least, greet him in Spanish. And sure enough, I was able to do this. We got the contract. And then I had a chance about 18 months, 2 years ago, to go visit Spain. It was a conference, and I went through different cities and places, and I, kind of traveled around. So in Spain, I said, all right, I know Spanish, so I can speak Spanish. So I go to a shop, and I go, buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? And the lady started talking to me. Buenos dias simply means good day, and ¿cómo estás means how you doing, and how are you? And the lady went, yes, yes, no, I don't know that much. Just two words, So the computer did all the translation. You could connect it through your, Bluetooth thing, and you could have translation. Here, pronunciations, right, from whatever, from Sindhi to English, Urdu to Arabic or whatever. People who are thinking, what should we do? Here are the ideas. Anything you can think of. Communication protocols, protocols that will actually translate right from one system to the other system. Can somebody tell me what kind of protocols will do that? What OSI layer they belong? So, what layer? Which OSI layer? Suppose if you were to actually start creating a protocol for translation purposes.